council. So it's been a little bit since it's been a hot minute since I've been here. So, Eve, why don't, I just would like the rundown of the last couple rounds. Like, I don't really know what's gone on besides who's been voted out. So, would you give me the
To make a
rundown?
long damn story short, I need a fucking cigarette after these last 2 weeks. Oh my god. I don't need, like, who even went home last week? Like, Nicole? Was that the Nicole vote?
Nicole was the last vote.
Okay, yeah, thanks. That one was, that was one. That week was something. It was a lot. Everyone was so scared because Nicole had all these powers, and everyone was so scared. Like, Nicole's gonna have another power. Like, Nicole's gonna have another power. You know. And this week is just like, I don't even know. Like, I want to cry. I'm gonna cry for like the 18th time this season. I hope the VL is happy that I'm crying. I hope they sip on my tears. Anyway, long story short, TLDR, I need to fucking smoke.
All right, so Caleb, Eve brought up the fact that Nicole went home last round after a couple immunity challenge wins in a row, a couple power plays. She kind of seemed like a lot of things in the early and even middle merge sort of revolved around what she was doing in like the Nicole story, and like, is she ever going to get voted out ever? Is she going to lose immunity to get voted out? So now that she's gone, has someone really sort of taken her place as like the target, or is it now just sort of everyone's like, well, Nicole's gone, like, what do we do from here?
I don't think one person has taken her spot. What was the second part of the question?
So like,
Sorry.
so if that's the case, then like, what do you do from here? So like, there's no real one big person who's like that person's the threat. Like, now that Nicole's gone, so what do you do?
Yeah, well, okay, now what you do is you trust the people that you trust and you talk to them and you come to a consensus on what's good for your games. And you're thinking about end game plans, and you're thinking about who you trust and who trusts you, and who has lied to you and who hasn't lied to you, and all of it. You're thinking about everything. If you're not thinking about everything at this point, then you're not thinking enough.
What about for you, Tommy? This round, and is there starting to emerge for you like a sort of like, all right, these are the people that I could see myself with in the end. These are some people that I don't. And do you think that your view is shared by a lot of people on the tribe?
I don't know what everyone's view is on anyone, because everyone has such different views about, you know, what, like, who they like and all sorts of things. But what was the first part of the question?
What sorts of things, like, what are you thinking about when deciding who you want to move forward with? Because we are getting close to Final Tribal.
I think, like Caleb said, you have to go with, like, people that you trust, you know? Because you have to be able to trust that you'll have a chance at least to make it to Final Tribal before you could even, like, think about, you know, what to say or who to go with.
Yeah, so with all of this crazy game, Darcy, have you started to think about, like, yes, you do have to make it to the end, but have you also started to think about, like, what will the jury like? Not just what will be a winning game, because you can play a great game but still have the jury just not, like, respect the game that you played, even if it was great. So have you started to think about what will this jury respect, and the people that are going to be on jury, like, what will they respect? And what do you think that kind of game is?
I've been slightly thinking about it, and I'm sure we've all been thinking about it at this point in terms of the jury. And, like, it could come down to the difference of, it could come down to who played the best, or it could even just come down to the most likable. Because there have been past couple of ones that seem a little kind of off the left, kind of little on the bitter side and stuff. So really, you never know what will end up happening with that jury.
What are you hoping is happening with the jury?
Well, hopefully, no matter who makes the end, they vote to whoever played the best. That's about it, I would say.
And first of all, welcome and congratulations on immunity, Kevin. So, with this round being touchy subjects, we haven't even gone into that at all. So, how did you expect to win touchy subjects?
No, I've never won touchy subjects, and so winning was a nice surprise.
So, do you think that this shows that you're in a more socially advantageous spot than some other people because you sort of knew what was going to be said, or do you think it's a lot of just luck and just reading from the back? Like, what do you attribute your win to, basically? Long question short.
I don't necessarily know if it's like a socially advantageous position that I'm in that helped me win. I do think that touchy subjects, just kind of as it's been in the org community, it's just kind of evolved into less of like a. It does say a lot about the social standings, but it also is kind of a strategic game where you kind of just have to guess, which sounds bad, but like you have to guess where you think that people will throw votes. Like there's a lot of different strategies to touchy subjects because it's been around for so long and people are very crafty in this community. And so I didn't necessarily answer everything to how I thought the actual standings of the game are, but more so how I thought the answers would play out. If that makes sense. That was really confusing.
It's okay. My questions are confusing. So, since we're on the subject of touchy subjects, let's run through some questions, just to sort of like see what people's, like, let's just get your guys' reactions. So, Kevin and Eve, you guys were voted the hero and the villain of the season, respectively. What do you guys think about that?
I saw it coming.
That's true.
I saw it coming. I have been the villain of a lot of orgs. Not a lot, but a few. I was the villain of Mary's season on PvP Pokemon. I was pretty villainous in the time that I was in a few other orgs. I was just like, I'm a bitch. I know. Like, you're mean. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the next real juicy one is who thinks they're running the game. So you two, along with Tommy, were the answers for that one. So what do you guys all make of, first of all, you being the answers, but second of all, 3 different people being the answer for this one?
I know I'm not running the game, so I'm just putting that out there. I have no idea what's going on some of the times. Like, I have, like, zero clue. But I'm really not sure. Maybe, like, people think I'm a little cocky, I guess. I don't know. Because there's probably, like, at least 2 people that probably said it. Or maybe I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it had to have been a 2-2-1 for it to be 3 people. So, like, while it's not a good thing to get that one, because I don't think that's very, like, appealing for people to hear about you, but it's also nice that it's split because you have the options of people who don't think that you think you're running the game, if that makes sense.
Nice. And then on the flip side of that, we have the person who's voted actually running the game as Caleb. So what do you think? Do you think that's painting a target on your back? What do you think is going on? We'll get to chat stuff in a sec.
Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, I think that's silly, because, like, I feel like half this game for me has been such, like, survival mode, and just, like, finding myself in the next boat, and, like, it's barely been long term, to the point that, like, how would I don't know how I would even run things for my position. Alas, I still got it. So if that is a target on me, I just want to say that, like, you don't have to believe it. If you do, I guess that's one thing. But all I can say is I don't think it's true.
All right, and then the last juicy one of people who are here on call, Darcy, you got voted the biggest liar. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Honestly, I wasn't too surprised. But I mean, end of the day, this is a game perceived around lying and deception. You can't get everywhere just being honest all the time. You have to do some lying here and there.
Nice. And so, Caleb, in a sec, once you finish typing your message, go for it. But I do want to get your opinions on things that are happening. Anyone else, too, who wants to comment on the conversation sort of slowly happening in the chat right now?
Yeah.
Go.
No, I think that was it. That was all my message. I feel, because there is something said in the tribe chat the other day, and then it was quickly deleted. I won't talk about it. But because of that, there's been speculation over a certain idol, and I would have loved to talk with this person, who I'm obviously talking to in the chat, but, like, haven't spoken to them pretty much all day. I don't know. I think it's just the nerves, like I said.
To add on top of that, are you even more nervous because you're the person in Touchy Subjects that came up with most likely to have an idol? So do you think, is there any, like, fear there or anything else there?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like almost going back to the other question, like when you said I could be a potential target, like, because I didn't talk to this, since this wasn't cleared up today, because, like, there was so little communication, I feel like since people might think I'm a threat now, if someone's going to be idled out, it could be me. So, like, of course I'm going to be a little bit snippy about it because I'm upset that it could potentially be me.
So yeah, I don't have too many other questions. If anybody wants to say any last words to try and sway some last people, try and do any last things, you can. If not, we can get to the votes.
Let's do it.
All right. You guys know the drill. Countdown from 10 to 0. Whenever you 0, your votes are locked. You have until then to cast or change your votes. Let's get to it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will go get the votes.
What y'all up to today?
You have a juicy, and I ate that lunch, you know?
Eating what?
You have a juicy, I ate that lunch.
What's a juicy? Like the juicy?
Have you never listened to Juicy's, like, by
Doja Cat.
Oh.
Grow up, Caleb.
It's the cow lady.
No, she's not a wild girl.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
I've never wanted to slap someone.
I just gotta let this play out.
That's all I know her from. Okay.
Okay.
Educate yourself.
Okay,
She also
but
has bad
also,
legs.
wait, cycle back. Don't people, like, call her out for being, like, homophobic?
Is that touching you?
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but
I'll do a quick Google search after this.
okay.
All right, not to break up this fascinating conversation, but I do have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Crickets.
All right. Once the votes are read, the
Okay.
decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the chat immediately. I will read the votes. First vote, Sarah. Second vote, Caleb.
What up?
Third vote, Sarah. Fourth vote, Caleb. Tied 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Caleb, 3 votes left. Fifth vote, Sarah. Sixth vote, Caleb. We're tied 3 votes Sarah, 3 votes Caleb, 1 vote left. The 18th person voted out of Tumblr Survivor 2020 and the 8th member of our jury, Caleb.
Oh,
Caleb, the tribe has spoken, and it is time for you to go.
okay. Bye. Love y'all. Have fun. Cool.
All right, with another close vote, this game is just ramping up into the very end. So, first of all, congratulations on making finale, everyone left. And from here on out, it's just going to get quicker, faster, and harder. So, good night. Immunity will be posted shortly.